My name is Sophia. I'm 32 years old and I work as a nurse in Bristol, England. For 10 years I've been married to James, a gentle, patient man who designs furniture for a living. People often say James is the kind of person who thinks before he speaks, and they're right. He listens carefully, forgives easily, and trusts me completely. But for almost a decade, I've hidden something from him. I never meant to lie. I didn't choose for my life to become this tangled web. But one mistake can grow into many until it feels like your whole truth. Before James, I loved a man named Alex. We met in my final year at college in London. Alex was full of life, with a loud laugh and dreams as big as the sky. He wasn't like the calm, careful people I knew growing up. Alex was a spark, always talking about starting his own cafe and traveling to places like Paris or Tokyo. He made me feel alive, like I could break free from my small world. We were together for 3 years, planning to move to Leeds and build a life together. But my family didn't approve of him. They thought his dreams were too wild, his background too different. His parents felt the same about me. They said we didn't belong together. Different values, different plans, different everything. I fought for us, but Alex started pulling away. Then one day he was gone. No goodbye, no note. His phone was off, his emails unanswered. My heart felt like it shattered. Weeks later, I sat on my bathroom floor, staring at a pregnancy test, trembling. My parents would never accept a child from a man they disliked. I didn't know where Alex was or if he'd even want the baby, so I kept it a secret, crying alone, trying to move forward. That's when James entered my life, a steady light in my storm. On English Learning Stories, we share tales like this to show how love, mistakes, and truth shape us. James was everything Alex wasn't: kind, quiet, dependable. We met at a friend's book club in Bristol. I didn't tell him I was pregnant. I didn't tell anyone. Fear kept me silent, but James saw something in me. He'd show up with little gifts, like a warm scarf or a book, asking about my day with a shy smile. I didn't love him at first, but he felt like safety. When he proposed, I said yes, telling myself love could grow from kindness, not just passion. We married quickly, and I told him the baby was his. He believed me, his eyes shining with joy. When our son Noah was born, James held him like he was the only thing that mattered. "He's perfect, Sophia," he whispered, "our boy." I wanted to confess, but the words wouldn't come. I watched James change diapers, sing lullabies, and stay up all night when Noah was fussy. Every day he poured love into Noah, and every day my secret grew heavier. As Noah grew, I saw Alex in him, his curly hair, his quick grin, the way he charmed everyone. James never noticed, saying Noah had my eyes. But I knew the truth, and it hurt every time James called him my little champ or kissed his forehead. On English Learning Stories, we explore how secrets can weigh on a heart, even in a happy home. Years passed, and we became a typical family. We had picnics in the park, took trips to the coast, and celebrated Noah's birthdays with homemade cakes and balloons. James was a wonderful husband, even when I felt I didn't deserve him. I tried to be a good mother, but guilt followed me like a shadow. Then, one sunny Saturday, the doctor's question hung in the air. James stared, confused, as the doctor explained that their blood types didn't match. It was impossible for James to be Noah's biological father. My hands went cold, my heart racing. James said nothing, just sat staring at the hospital floor. That night I told him everything, about Alex, the pregnancy, my fear, my lie. Tears poured as I spoke, but James listened silently. When I finished, he stood and walked to Noah's hospital room without a word. I stayed in the hallway, alone, drowning in shame. For days we barely spoke. James focused on Noah, who was recovering, while I lingered in the background, unsure if our marriage would survive. Then something else shook us. Noah came home, still weak but better. One day the school called. Noah had pushed a classmate. We were stunned. Noah was never violent. When James asked why, Noah mumbled, "He said you're not my real dad." My heart stopped. James knelt, calm as ever, and hugged Noah. "I'm your dad in every way that counts," he said. On English Learning Stories, we share moments like this, where love faces hard truths. That night I stepped outside, the sky heavy with stars. A car pulled up and my legs nearly gave out. It was Alex, older, worn, but still him. "He's mine, isn't he?" he asked, his voice sharp. I couldn't speak. He didn't wait for an answer. "I want to see my son," he demanded. Before I could respond, James appeared at the door holding a mug, his face up. Our world felt like it was unraveling. The next week was a blur of fear and sleepless nights. Alex pushed for a DNA test, and our lawyer confirmed he could demand one. If he was Noah's biological father, he could claim visitation or even custody. James grew quiet, like he was shielding his heart. One night I asked, "Do you still love me?" He paused, then said, "I love Noah. That's what matters now." At the clinic we all went for the test. Noah, confused, thought it was a checkup. I hated lying again. The results confirmed Alex was Noah's father. James read the paper silently, then set it down. Alex got visitation every other Sunday. The first time he took Noah, I felt sick. Noah returned smiling, saying, "We went to the aquarium. He got me a toy shark." I nodded, but my heart ached. Something was shifting. Then Noah asked James, "Are you still my dad?" James's hand tightened on his mug. "Always," he said. "A real dad stays, loves you every day." Noah hugged him, and I cried alone in the kitchen. On English Learning Stories, we show how love can hold strong through pain. James grew protective, barring Alex from our home. Our marriage felt fragile, like glass. I suggested therapy, and though James hesitated, he agreed for Noah's sake. Our therapist, Emma, asked tough questions, making us face buried feelings. I shared my regrets. James admitted he felt betrayed, but couldn't leave Noah. One session, Emma asked, "What do you want, James?" He said, "I want to adopt Noah, to be his dad legally." I was stunned. Alex resisted, saying, "He's my son," but James replied, "We're not erasing you. We're choosing Noah's happiness." After months, Alex relented, agreeing if Noah wanted it. At 8, Noah chose James. The adoption was finalized in court. Noah grinned, saying, "Now you're really my dad." James's eyes glistened. I always was. Alex faded away, sending one birthday card before disappearing. Our family healed slowly, rebuilding trust brick by brick, proving love can endure even the hardest truths. 3 years after that hospital day, our home feels warm again. On English Learning Stories, we share how truth can break but also rebuild. James and I still have tough moments. Marriage isn't a fairy tale, but we talk more, apologize faster, and say thank you often. We tell Noah daily he's loved, enough, wanted. I notice James now, how he reads Noah bedtime stories, checks his homework, laughs at his silly drawings. These small acts shine brighter than before. Some days James is distant, carrying his pain quietly. I don't push, I just stay. Noah feels the change too. One night he asked, "Did I cause this?" I held him close. "No, sweetheart. Grown-ups made mistakes, not you." I began explaining in simple ways that families are built on love, not just blood, that James chose him. Noah nodded, then said, "I don't want Alex back. He's not home." Kids see truth clearly. In therapy, James admitted, "Some days I feel foolish, like I built our life on a lie." I said, "Then let's rebuild step by step." We did. Last summer we went to Devon, collecting shells on the beach, laughing as Noah splashed in the waves. In photos, James's hand rests on Noah's shoulder, a quiet promise. On Noah's 9th birthday, he asked us to give a speech. After games and cake, he stood on a chair. "My family isn't perfect, but I love it," he said. We clapped, my hand in James's. Later, he said, "Love is a choice, Sophia. I choose you and Noah." Tears fell. Words weren't needed. 2 years later, I saw Alex in a shop. He asked about Noah. "He's happy, loved," I said. Alex nodded. I thought I was ready, but he has a dad. He walked away, and I let him go. Back home, James said, "That chapter's closed." He was right. If you're listening, know this. Mistakes don't define you. Honesty and love can heal. Share where you're listening from. Your support gives us strength. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories on English Learning Stories.